play.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, wait,
Hello,
no, I don't think
chat.
we're doing video yet.
Hello, chat. It is I, the one, the only, the paladin of the high heavens, D-Rex, and today I am joined by Mako Shark, Scoops of Ice Cream, and Colin the Hollow.
Lol.
We are here.
So enthusiastic. All right.
Who are you people? Where am I?
Who are you people?
Fire Cycle, thank you for the throw. Oh, Scoops, thank you for the follow.
I didn't realize I wasn't following you, dude.
I knew it. No one likes me. I have no friends.
No!
Unless...
Okay. All right.
Yeah, friends must be nice.
Oh, Chad, there is an ad break in about 12 minutes. But all right. So, Aang versus the Traveler. Now, I personally don't know anything about Genshin besides it's a gacha game, and I only really know about the Avatar verse from the Avatar the series and a little bit of the Legend of Korra.
I mean, I think the main thing you probably need to know is Last Airbender because it's Aang and not Korra, so...
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Genshin Impact is that every gacha game is essentially Genshin Impact, but with extra steps.
Well, Genshin did it first, so you can call us the OG.
Anyway.
Also,
as for-
I'm curious, are they gonna do movie Aang? Or is it just Airbender Aang?
Airbender Aang
well,
is
I'm assuming
significantly
Airbender
strong.
Aang.
Airbender Aang is significant. If you're talking about the adult movie, they're probably going to include it.
Well, because
since they're including the feats of the entirety of Aang's life.
Yeah,
if you're talking
and-
the live action version, that version.
No.
no. So
Which
usually
live action,
how
both of them suck.
so usually how Avatar Death Battle usually does things is usually they'll like for Aang, for example, they'll look at the TV show, the comics, and like and it's like, okay, these are his feats, and in these areas, of course, because he's the Avatar, we're gonna look at his past lives and say, hey, this past version of the Avatar was able to do this. Theoretically, Aang can do that as well, and so on and so forth.
So, in terms of who's actually going to win the death battle, so I love both these franchises. I know both these characters very well, and I know what they're both capable of. And unfortunately, because I know that Ether stomps Aang. Like,
Yes.
completely. There
I'm
is
also
no
saying that as someone who's
contest.
watched both.
There is no contest. Unfortunately, I have a strong suspicion that Death Battle is going to be a little bit...
Unfortunately, as we all know, Death Battle plays favorites.
And are going to try to find some sort of workaround to make Aang the winner of this fight.
I don't know. There have been death battles where I went in thinking the exact same thing, then they bring up one thing, and I'm like, oh, wait, that definitely just changed things.
In terms of...
So maybe it'll be that. I don't know.
In terms of who should win this, Ether. In terms of who I think Death Battle is going to make win this, and part of that is also because of the new movie. Because whenever Death Battle has a history of whenever they release a Death Battle involving a character, around that time that character is relevant in something new, like a new movie or new game or whatever, they have a tendency to make that character win, and it's usually due to some sort of payment. Basically, it's a sponsored video, an undisclosed sponsored video where,
Bruh.
the guy they're paying to win gets wins.
YouTuber not like that, but you'd be surprised.
So that is where I stand. Ether should win this fight, but I think Death Battle's gonna pull some things they've done in the past and make Aang win the fight, even though he really shouldn't.
My thoughts are the same as his.
I don't know. I don't know Genshin Impact, so if Aang doesn't win, I'm gonna riot on Twitter, even though I don't have one.
All right.
My favorite character didn't win. This is bull crap.
There are gonna be people who are gonna be like that because you know they hate on Genshin for everything. So
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
well,
If-
Well, I mean,
if by
because
some miracle Genshin wins, there are gonna be people who are hating on it.
yeah. Well, I mean, like think of like the first Goku versus Superman video they did. You know, that was a very controversial one. It's like, no, Goku should have won. It's like, all right, we're doing a part 2. Oh no, we're gonna do a part 3.
well, they better not do that with this. Is all I'm gonna say.
Here's the thing. I doubt it. Here's the thing, though, with that death battle. I was a Goku and DC fan, and even I knew that Goku would lose.
Yeah, but
Goku
I'm
can
not
beat
really
a lot of
either
verses. Superman
Goku's real
is
power
not.
level, so
Right.
yeah, but all right. All right. Well, we're gonna go
Just
ahead.
on our end.
Yep. Okay. I am starting at the top of the video.
Do we want to count us down?
Yep. Starting in 5, 4,
Make sure you're at 0 seconds.
3,
Yep, it's at
Yep.
0 seconds.
Oh my gosh, an anime person.
2, 1, go. Okay, and so it's gonna be a 3D fight.
Aang, the Avatar, versus Ether, the Traveler.
Which journeyman will come out on top in this elemental battle?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their
Weapons, armors, and skills, and find out who will win a death battle.
I hate their 2D animated things.
Water, earth, fire.
You prefer when they were
air.
disembodied voices?
Long ago, the
Yes,
four
I do.
nations lived in
But that's
harmony,
just a personal
united by a
preference, I think.
master of the elements, the Avatar.
This Avatar reincarnated as different people for centuries, all with their own struggles. And man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Not at first, of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
thanks to his master and guardian, Yatso.
As a cheeky little air nomad, Aang traveled the world causing shenanigans, all while learning to control the winds with airbending.
Based on the real-life martial art Bagua Zhang, airbending is the most spiritual of the 4 bending styles, focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
The perfect style for a twinkle-toed goofball like Aang. He even invented his own technique, the air scooter.
Master of
I've seen
penguins
that
sledding
fall
and
off that thing.
koi
And
surfing.
Glider staff for flight, and the sky was the limit. But you know how it goes. Everything changed when the
4'6".
Fire Nation attacked. Their
Penguin
conquest
sledding was
Yeah,
the deciding.
was inevitable,
Not adult
and
Aang,
Aang
4
was
foot
the
6, I'm
only
pretty
way
sure.
to save the world.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso. He was just a kid, so he froze up. Like, literally, he accidentally froze himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by the Water Tribe siblings Katara and Sokka. Time wasn't kind to Aang's people. With no avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. But Aang took the
Yeah,
wake
he
up
said the
those
thing.
apart.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to understand his people, learning their cultures, their sadness, joy, and humanity.
And what better way to do that than learning how they kick ass?
From the Northern Water Tribe and his twin crush, Aang learned water bending. Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to freeze targets, create water whips, and even cut through steel.
Learning earthbending was way tougher, but Aang's friend Toph taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can armor himself in stone, move the terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head-on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun doing it. Who could forget the adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se,
Hi, Cyclone.
a
Hope you're
city
doing
where
well.
No wars ever happened.
Yet across his journey,
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
The Avatar
There is no war in Boston.
an
That was the
enhanced
best
mode of
arc of
being
the
that
show,
came
and
to
I'll
him in
die on
moments
that
of
hill.
peril.
Sure, if
probably
Aang
should
dies in
rewatch
it, the
Avatar
Avatar
at some
cycle ends
point
permanently, but
in a while.
who cares when it
Oh,
gives you
binge
enough
night.
power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
Come on, Boomstick. The Avatar state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn? How
Who the
long
heck
have you
is that?
been standing there?
That's Jocelyn the intern. She's a semi-regular character in Death Battle.
Oh, I have vague memories of that, actually. Never mind.
Okay.
Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous avatars, greatly expanding his bending options. Lava bending from Avatar Roku, sonic shouts from Avatar
10,000.
Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available.
It is
to him through their
approximately
memories.
10,000 due to the
Oh, I
harmonic
get it.
convergence
You can't
happening
just
over
grind your
10,000
way to
years.
controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If
And
Aang
we've seen
wanted
when
to
the next
stop
one
Fire
happens
Lord
happens during
Ozai,
Korra's
he
life.
needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
Ugh, yeah, technically, I suppose.
Ew.
Specifically, Aang sought the guidance
Yeah,
of
onion-
Conte, mastering his power.
Trying to
meant
drink
clearing his
the mix of
chakras
onion and
and
banana
giving his
juice
mind
does
of
sound
earthly attachments.
Okay, I
yeah.
did not think about
But
that
this
right now.
also meant rejecting his feelings for Katara, the person he loved most.
When he had to choose between the world or the girl, Aang followed his heart, and it didn't end well.
Because the heart is deceitful above all things!
Understand the world's people,
Yeah.
even the enemy
He got
Fire
killed
Nation.
by.
Something he accomplished thanks to the redeemed Prince Zuko, the Sun Warriors.
And these two
Got
fucking
hit with an
dragons. Aang was scared of firebending, but it's totally awesome. It's not just about
Mhm.
burning and blowing
Also,
shit up.
Aang,
Okay, well, it is,
yeah,
but
Aang
there's
nearly
so
died
much
from
more
getting
to it.
struck by lightning.
Explosive
Uh-huh.
firebending controls all
Cyclone, thank you for the hydrate.
And through the teachings of fire and water, he can
Granted, that's a more
lightning
difficult
bending,
condition
a
now
burst
that
of atmospheric
he knows how to
discharge
direct
shot at over 200,000 miles per hour.
Speaking
I
of
the best uncle ever
dealing
used
with
his
fire, I'm in a
techniques to
heat
redirect
advisory.
natural lightning, so you know it's the real deal.
Same.
Not crazy enough? At his peak, Aang surpassed benders who could throw buildings, melt stone, and hold up this gigantic
Oh,
life.
cat claws!
Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly. You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender, Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what, he's just a coward now? Mr. Fire Lord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom.
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet, Aang discovered his true self, making his spirit unbendable and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island. As in, she broke off nearly 30 square miles of a peninsula to form a new landmass. But to
Okay,
defeat
out of all the
Ozai,
avatars,
Aang needed
Kyoshi's the
one
most
final
broken.
element.
I'm just gonna say that.
Energy bending.
Not the
Moves
easiest thing to
tectonic
do,
plates with
but it
mind.
Totally overwhelmed Ozai.
Also, that's not
Something
even her.
like
That's not even one of her best
and
feats.
stopping his invasion, all while
That woman
keeping
is
his no
insane.
kill run intact.
Read the Kyoshi comics.
Ultimate F you to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the Fire Nation had cooled off,
Ugh.
Aang led a new era of peace with the United Republic of Nations, a place where all people could prosper and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He even got hitched with Katara. Take that, Zutara shippers.
I will end you.
For all his doubts, Aang fulfilled the Avatar's destiny and then some, and he did it in a way that was true to who he was.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender, the greatest thing he could ever be was himself. All in a day's work for a free, fun-loving kid.
The battle is coming up thanks to this episode's sponsor, DraftKings Casino.
Big news from the casino. Lightning Link is available online for
What?
the first time ever.
Ew.
DraftKings Casino.
Yeah,
If you're new, you can play
Gambling ads.
gambling. Yeah,
Yeah,
gambling.
that's what people need, cocaine in their pocket.
Doing the math
Do we
on
want to
that,
pause and skip ahead to when the gambling ads are done?
Yeah, skip to
Yeah, we can just.
sellouts. They
Yeah.
got they gotta make a profit somehow.
Hang on. I'm gonna get it started now. I skipped. I'm on 8:14.
You're at 8:14.
There we go.
Okay,
I put it on
Okay,
8:12.
count down again.
8:14. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ad Astra Abasask, Welcome to Tevat, a mysterious land governed by godly archons that drew the eye of someone beyond the stars.
The Archons are kind of low tier
AKA
gods.
the Traveler, who escaped his dying world with his sister Lumine in search of the flowers.
Well,
that bloomed
in
on their
comparison
lost
to
home,
the type of
only
beings
to
that
crash
exist
land,
in
awaken
Tevat.
to an apocalypse, and get cubed by this jerk.
Separated from his sister, Ether awoke,
Cute.
again, in a new, less apocalyptic age. And fished
Okay,
his
so
own
the
pathetic pet
two
Yeah, she makes for good emergency.
so the
food.
two travelers
You
are
should
actually
go
brother
guide
and sister.
Yes.
Traveler to the
And
right.
whichever
Ether's the
one
older
you-
brother, Lumine's the younger
Find his link
sister.
to the past.
Whichever one you
But
pick to
got a
play as,
breath
the
of
other
the
has
wild
another role in the
glider
story.
instead.
and his first
Yeah.
element, Animo, letting him make air slashes, tornadoes, and of course,
Wind blade!
I wonder if they're
But
aware
guess
he
what?
can use multiple
Traveler
elements
wasn't
at
the
the
only
same
one
time.
with a power like this. Tevat was full of blessed people wielding these relic things called visions.
vision bearers can imbue their weapons and bodies with elemental power, summon items, and use a special, well, vision to perceive the elements around them.
Normally, they're limited to a single element, but Traveler is just built different. Through Paimon's guidance, he began collecting elements from mysterious statues across Tevat. No vision relic needed for him.
Each nation had a new culture, a new element, a new crisis.
And new character banners. When asked to play a sleuth for a murder case in Liyue, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but
Understandable.
he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of Earth.
When Ether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the vision bearers and their Archon either, until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule, and joined the resistance with electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunder blades, and lightning.
He even learned
As
to
one
dodge
does.
lightning. Other electro users like my wife Lisa can conjure storms. No shock
Wait,
when my
did
stuff
he
shutter
just
cleave
say
and
what I think he
explosions
just
that
said?
raised mountains.
Yes.
Traveler met
Yeah.
all kinds of people like this.
I should also make note that having a vision just gives you full elemental control. You can do literally anything you want in the elements. The only reason we're limited the only reason each character is limited in what they can do is purely gameplay.
I know everything there is to know about the Genshin meta. Either can mix elements for different reactions. Basically,
Is that a
take
Genshin character
elements
wearing a
and
McDonald's hat?
Geo crystallizes materials into
Well, there was a
special
McDonald's
barriers.
collab.
Electro
Mhm.
mixes
Ah.
stuns foes. Animo spreads elements around in swirls of destruction. Boom!
Like how I combine beer and gunpowder.
Exactly, Boomstick. Using Dendro, Traveler can form plant life that, when mixed with water and lightning, makes homing beams. Yeah, run from that. With enough clever thinking and artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay, we get it. Go lose another 50-50, you whale.
I'll show you a whale. Drop one on your lap next time you're not looking.
In Sumeru, Traveler later beat Scaramouche,
Uh.
an edgy catboy with multiple elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 100.
Also important to note that this edgy
Speaking
catboy
of
was
time,
powered
Ether
by
had control
Gnosis.
more than
Like,
just
oh,
his
we
own
are in
fate.
ad break.
Tevat's
Pause.
fate
Well, they are so far being accurate what the Traveler is capable of.
Mako, is that, hopeful skepticism?
I reserve my judgment for the end of the video. Perhaps they will surprise me. I know who the true winner is, but I do not have high expectations.
That's good.
Well, I mean, at least they got someone who's been playing Genshin for a while, if that's true, too. I'm assuming that is. I don't think they'd lie about that. To put in his...
Also, important thing to know about the Catboy in the mech suit, dude was powered by a Gnosis, meaning he was significantly stronger than he normally is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I forgot, I was like, wait, Scar's not a Catboy. I'm like, oh, no, wait, yes, he is. Never mind. So...
On a normal...
What did I come back to?
Basically, base Scaramouche, which people like to forget when they're like, oh, he's
I
the
thought you
sixth
meant
harbinger.
Scar from Lying.
No.
They like to give it whenever people like to oh yeah, he's the sixth, he's sixth, so he's sixth strongest, and they like to scale his power based on the god form. But the thing is he was ranked 6 in terms of power on the base form. The god form is stronger than that.
Yeah.
So the reality is, and the harbingers, once you get to about Scaramouche's level, they're on the power of gods. So the fact that Traveler can win in any capacity means he's by Sumeru at the level of a god.
Okay, we are back from ad break chat, and we will continue. In 3, 2, go.
And grand, all through his unending willpower.
Because the traveler was a descender, someone unbound by the land's destiny. Even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no idea he existed.
Like when he helped defy the judgment.
Yeah, that's kind of broken if you ask me.
Where he mastered Hydro for his best Cuphead impression.
It's an anime game.
The thing with Teyvat is every creature native to the planet is recorded, and their fate is basically predestined from birth. Descenders are not logged and thus can actively change fate. They can just straight up change fate with their actions because
I didn't know there was a Palia crossover. Wait,
so there isn't.
Oh, they're including him being able to inhibit Saurians as part of his ability.
Yeah, I saw that on the review list. They also included his access to as well as the Knight's Soul Blessing.
And several straight days of
It's got quite a variety of swords.
Still, Traveler Sist kept eluding him,
Yep.
choosing to hang in the
And it's also important to note him training under Skirt, who herself is a student of one of the 5 strongest.
Unbeknownst to Ether,
I can't really call them mortal anymore, but mortals in all of that.
And at the end, she found... Well, we don't really know. Not yet, at least. But whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Plot twist!
Eventually, Ether reached the nation of Natlan to fight in its never-ending war with the Abyss.
So now he's fighting against his sister in the current timeline.
Explosions combined of flame with lightning.
He didn't just dabble in fancy
Essentially, kinda-ish.
Connecting with the people there.
It's more complicated than that. I don't feel like getting into the lore of Genshin right now. Or I could, but we'd be here all day.
Hundreds of feet long. Hell yeah, that's strong enough to take down the heart of the Abyss, which is on the level of 5-star waifus like Mawika and the Rising Shogun.
Boomstick, you are shameless.
Sliced Yashiori Island in 2.
That's cool, but how about when this Venti guy threw a whole ass mountain? According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
Additionally,
also, important thing to note about Venti is we have never seen a Venti at full strength.
People of Nodcry by blocking a cannon blast with enough energy to
We've never seen the full potential of what Venti is capable
ordinary
of.
cannon either. It also uses Kavaki energy, so that's a beam of light.
Through all his adventures, Ether had come to genuinely care for Teyvat's people. Maybe one day he will reunite with his sister, but for now, he's fighting for a whole new world. His new
and then they'll
home.
kill each other.
No, his goal from the start has been.
I dumped all my savings into Primo Gems for this.
Joke. It was a joke.
When those ice guys trying to kill the Traveler,
it would make for a more dramatic story.
Still got it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't see these siblings as the ones to die.
The journey has meaning. The birds of Teyvat, the songs of its people, they are all.
I feel like this is the kind of game that they're never going to end, though.
I mean, they have an ending for it.
They do have one in planned. Okay.
There's been an ending mapped out.
A lot of games like this will just never end until they just end support.
The game's entire story has been mapped out from the start.
This album features
That's cool. I actually respect that.
Well, here comes the battle.
All right, the battle starts 1544. But let's quickly discuss. Go over all the things. Yes.
So we'll pause it at 1544.
Yeah. Yeah. Pause at 1544.
Got it.
So all in all, at least at present, they seem to be assessing them somewhat accurately.
JoJo is one of those shows I've always wanted to get into, but can't really.
Yeah. That being said, a thing that is important to note is that the Traveler in the game is not a full-strength Traveler. The Traveler actually loses a lot of power at the start of the game. There, in that opening cutscene before, where you pick which one you're gonna be.
So, chat, who do you think is gonna win?
There we go.
Aang,
but yeah, chat.
or Traveler?
So it sounds, just from what I gathered, now it sounds like the Traveler does have a lot more powerful feats, but has he showed anything comparable to like how Avatar Kyosho? I believe we are moving like a chunk of land.
Can he dodge lightning?
So I will put yes, he can dodge lightning pretty easily.
Okay.
Actually. So here is the thing: the Traveler doesn't show a lot of destructive power, but there's a difference between destructive power and actual, like, how strong you are. Because
true.
Goku's insanely strong and is capable of blowing up a planet. Doesn't mean he blows up a planet with every attack.
Right.
That is fair.
And the Traveler is a character who falls in the same boat of they are lowballed planetary. They are lowballed planetary. Highball, I do not have an estimate for that. But basically on the lowest end of the spectrum, the Traveler is a planetary threat, and Aang at a highball is is a continent level threat at a highball. So Aang's highball doesn't reach Ether's lowball. That's the issue here.
It also is partly I will also say that I think part of the different, well, I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this. Give me a sec. Ether technically also hasn't, wait, let me clarify. Mako, Ether hasn't actually killed anyone, right? Or he's defeated people, but not, like, ended them, I guess. Hello?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
He's doing something.
Because I'm trying to figure out whether Dottore counts as a death or not. Because both of them haven't, because if it's both of them haven't common that they haven't killed people, then that is something that I'm trying to figure out. Because Ether, I don't think has the same kind of pacifism thing that Aang does.
Ether doesn't have a no-kill rule, but
that's what I was trying to figure out, was whether, I don't think Ether has a no-kill rule, he just hasn't.
But he's had no reason to kill.
Right.
Like, Signora and him had a duel, and where the consequences of that duel was death. Whoever lost would die. Ether won the duel. Like, he solidly won the duel, and chose to spare Signora's life. Granted, she immediately died because
Raiden incinerated her.
Raiden Shogun was like, the terms of the duel is death. I don't care if he's wimping out. You're dying.
Oh, sure. I accept it.
But yeah, no. If given the option, the Ether does spare people's lives. But that's if given the option. He will kill.
One problem with Death Battle I have is they'll put like a pacifist character in it, and it's a death battle. So realistically,
to be fair, part of the premise is the fact that all morals are removed from these characters.
Well, they did that with okay, like they had one with Optimus Prime, right? And Optimus is very known for he doesn't kill unless he has to,
unless it's the Bayverse,
right?
Bayverse Optimus, yeah. But they had Optimus versus Tanjiro from Gundam.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And they removed Optimus's no kill rule. And
that was a good death battle.
And Optimus, when he just unleashes everything, he's not to be messed with.
People underestimate the Transformers, but they are really powerful characters.
Yeah, no, they're pretty strong.
But all right, so we're thinking Traveler's gonna take this.
Well, Traveler should take this. I have no idea who's actually going to win, but
I think part of the advantage I was thinking of that the Traveler has over Aang is that I don't think, because I know that Aang has the energy bending thing, but correct me if I'm wrong, the power system in Avatar, they cannot produce the element themselves, right? They can only work with what actually exists.
No, that was just
it depends on the elements.
Right.
When it comes to air, yes, you use the air around you, but it's everywhere, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Water and earth are in fact limited by what is present. Now that being said,
firebenders
everything firebenders can just straight up make fire.
Well, that's still using your own heat though. That's not using, like, you can't just make fire out of nowhere. You are still using your own.
But a lot of people think
In the movies, they had a lot of torch sconces and got the fire from the torches, when in the actuality, you don't need actual flames around, you just use your inner heat. And that's also where the electricity comes from.
Yeah, but the inner heat is still a factor, because the reason firebenders get locked up in like freezers is to make it harder for them to firebend.
Yeah. The same thing for like they did that in the show with like the earthbenders too. They put them somewhere where yeah.
Right.
Because most earthbenders cannot metal bend. In fact, Aang cannot metal bend. Yeah. That is actually kind of... I don't think it's important.
Toph invent it like on the spot?
Yes. Toph invented metal bending.
Metal is weak.
No one has access to metal before that moment. But Aang never learned metal bending. Yeah. It's canon that Korra is the first avatar to learn metal bending, meaning anyone before her couldn't.
Right.
Well, they not that they couldn't, but they just didn't know how.
Well, I say couldn't as to mean they've never learned it, so they don't have access to that.
Yeah.
Well, the point I was trying to make, my initial reason why I was double checking that fact, is that Ether can manipulate elements. He produces them himself. Like, he's not limited by his environment, basically, is what I noticed. Just like, while bending seems to be limited by what is available to you, even though that is also somewhat moot if you're drawing from, the air around you, being everywhere, and internal heat, making fire, you're still, Aang cannot manipulate ice unless there is water around and he's able to make it cold enough to where that can work. The Traveler, once he unlocks cryo, once we get to that point, would be able to just make it. So
temperature doesn't matter for some reason. If you know how to do the ice bending stuff, you can just freeze water on the spot as a master level waterbender.
Yeah.
Okay, I really haven't watched Avatar in a hot minute. My elemental stuff was Ninjago, so that's more of my.
Now,
there's some waterbenders that manipulate the water in plants to essentially plant bend.
Right, and there's the blood bending thing, which Aang doesn't know how to blood bend though, right? So
Aang doesn't know blood bending. He can't do that. He can bend the water in the plants. In fact, he's actually shown to be pretty proficient at bending substances that would be considered as two elements, such as
like the lava bending thing, right?
Plant bending. Funny enough, lava bending is technically only one element, earth.
How is it only technically one? I'd think that'd be earth and fire. So
I would think because it would be water because it's a liquid.
It's just earth. It is technically an earth bending subcategory like metal bending is, or like how lightning bending is a fire bending subcategory.
So I guess then by that point, he's limited by his bending techniques. Then I guess in that point, because Ether can know how to do basically everything. Like he can do whatever with it. He's not limited by certain techniques for different things.
Bending is martial arts. Arts. You actually need to know what you're doing in order to get the things to do what you want.
Honestly, Aang might be just a general better fighter, but I don't know. Hey, Frogman.
Yeah. I was saying, like,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't say that. Ether has had multiple bouts of combat training. Into that alone,
he's been doing this for what? How old is he again? 500 or something?
Minimum. We do not know his maximum age.
The reason I bring that up though is stars. Aang knows 4 different martial arts proficiently and has technically 10,000 years of experience with those martial arts.
Yes.
That he can call upon.
And here's the thing we have not brought up yet is the fact that Ether has experience from a lot of worlds prior to Teyvat. They are world travelers. They go to different worlds, scout them out. And he's also done tons of training with expert level fighters.
But with that also being said, though, Aang, being the Avatar, has access to the memories of all the past Avatars as well.
Which they pointed out.
Which is about 10,000 years.
Yeah,
so
10,000 years of experience. Yes. However, again, he may have the edge in experience. He may not. Because the Traveler's age ranges anywhere from 600 plus to as old as the stars.
Yeah.
So I think old as the stars beats out 10,000 years.
But okay. All right. But so though when it comes to physical prowess, who do we want us to say? Let's break down to the categories. When it comes to elemental abilities, who do you think takes it?
Traveler.
Traveler.
When it comes to physical, like martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, stuff like that, I'm kind of leaning towards Aang.
Traveler.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
I'm a little torn on that because yes, Aang is familiar with the different martial arts forms, but there is also something to be said about using a sword against a martial artist.
That is true. That is true.
The Traveler is a sword wielder. That is his.
But Aang does have his staff, I think. But okay, and then
he's not unarmed.
I will say this, that aside from various bouts of combat training, he also has participated in wars, multiple wars.
Yeah.
And participated in War 2, yes, but he participated in one. Traveler has multiple under his belt.
Yep. The revolution against the Raiden Shogun, the war in the Abyss against Natlan, the fight against Dottore, and stuff probably beyond that, but we're just talking in-game stuff.
So the general consensus, again, though, is most of everyone here is leaning towards Traveler.
Yes, as far as I'm aware of.
Again, since I'm not too familiar with Genshin, so I'm gonna stay. Again, because I know more about Aang, I'm kind of leaning towards Aang, but just given what I have heard, it does sound like Traveler's got the edge.
I see it going either way.
He's got some level of edge, yes. So,
and like I said, I love Aang. I do love him, and he is a great character. However, just in terms of everything Aang has shown and been capable of, the Traveler has been shown to be capable of the same things in higher numbers. So it's just a more consistency and, larger feats.
Yeah. I will also say is I watched Avatar. I haven't watched it in a long time, and I will say I did not enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed other things. That's a personal preference thing, though, so I am probably a bit more biased towards the Traveler, but that's why I've been asking questions about Aang to make sure that I'm not fully, making sure that it's not, I'm trying to make sure that my facts are correct, so.
Right. And Fire Cyclone is just I have no idea what's going on, I'm just trying to download the information.
Fair enough. And just to be clear, even though yes, I obviously have my opinions on who I think should win this, I want people to understand this is not coming from a place of I like Genshin better than Avatar. It's coming from a place of I like these both. And unfortunately, due to the kind of person I have, means because I like both things, I have a deep understanding of both.
Fair enough.
Because
I am a milder version of that with more of a Genshin bias, but yes.
I am the kind of person who, if I like something, I dive deep into that thing.
Same. But all right.
If they give me a job to work with, that would have been easier.
But all right, I think we've deliberated long enough. Let's find out who will win.
All right.
Synchronizing time, 1544.
I'm on 1545, but it's literally just the triple. It's just literally just their Patreon thing. It's not I'm not seeing the battle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll start a few seconds right after that. So,
all right.
Anyway, beginning in 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go. Yeah, come on.
All right, combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
time for a death battle!
Oh yeah, there's a fighting game for Avatar now, and it looks sick.
Oh yeah.
No, that fighting game actually looks
okay.
I
right out of the gate, they're fighting right out of the gate. Nice.
No story.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this animation looks slick.
Although one thing I'm realizing
Oh yeah, he can do the dual wielding thing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure if they were
gonna switch elements mid battle.
Well, yeah, I wasn't sure if they were gonna cover it, but Aang can use all of his elements at the same time if he wants. Or sorry, Aether can use all of his elements at the same time if he wants.
Okay, that is kind of cute though. You would love the Saurians.
Yeah. I like the music they're using for this fight too.
Same. Death Battle always has great music. That's one thing I like about it.
Oh,
the seismic sense.
I forgot about the seismic sense. It might give him an edge in visibility. You know.
Oh.
Oh, we're gonna get some bloom action.
Oh yeah, the bloom reaction. Oh, man, hyper.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now Appa versus
Paimon was
Paimon.
gonna hear it for a moment. What?
Now Appa versus Paimon would end up with Appa winning that fight.
Yeah.
Cool glider. Can it do this?
And I like that we're giving Aang his, kind of carefree attitude in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now they're doing a good job with that.
Come on, Traveler! Get up! Never, ever, ever stop moving forward! Remember!
No one fights alone.
Not the PlayStation sword.
Hey, PlayStation sword is actually
PlayStation
good on
exclusive.
Traveler. I use the PlayStation sword on Traveler.
The power of Sony.
Avatar state, here we go. This is gonna be the deciding factor, I think.
Oh, wait a minute.
She needs to blitz him immediately.
And those who will follow. I am Avatar Aang, the last airbender.
Yeah, they're gonna do exactly what I thought they were gonna do.
Take this.
Oh, yep, they're letting him use the Kubaki.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Oh, that was smart.
Ooh. He's going supernova.
Essentially bending versus magic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, they actually let the
genuinely
Traveler
shocked.
win.
I am genuinely in shock. Good job, Traveler. I am genuinely in shock. Good job.
I'm a little shocked.
Done. What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down by power, experience, speed, and elements.
Ooh, let's go.
First up, power. Aang and Traveler could both change the terrain of entire cities, and we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Ether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds, so we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island, about 3,000 gigatons of TNT. So their power is tied up.
Which
Okay.
means comparing their experience is crucial.
Ether's mastered more elements than
Oh,
Aang,
that's
but the
smart.
Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Ether had no real answer for.
Not to mention, Aang's training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes
That's a
to
good
Aang.
point.
However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler was immobilized with earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Ether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and now he can block that light-speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times
Frickin' light
faster than
speed
Aang.
for-
Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. Who could turn the forces of nature against the other?
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Ether's elemental control is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Ether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Ether an easy access point through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Ether could use lightning to catch him in an overload.
That's right.
If
Traveler
Aang used
can take
water,
advantage of
Traveler's
other people's
electrocharge could
elements.
paralyze him. And
You
so
know, house
This
reactions.
isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Ether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements. The longer the fight went on, the more Ether would trip Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
The Kavaki shield especially gave Ether a strong defense to fall back on. Since it was made of pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't block Traveler's elements. It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself. Not a great situation to be in.
And since Ether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if he theoretically overcame Ether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world. Sorry, Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler. Cinching his victory. Either way you cut it, he was in his element.
The winner is the Traveler, Ether.
Okay, I'm ready for my cameo.
Corn done. Alright, who's next? Bionicle? Who's a Ninjago? Let's go! Let's go!
Kai versus
Subscribe and join.
Kaitoa Ta'u! Oh, yes!
Oh no!
Oh, he's dead.
Oh no!
And now we're leaving my area.
Oh
now
my
we're not doing
gosh.
anything.
Oh,
Let's go.
You're gonna have to call me in for that one. You're gonna have to call me in for that
Bionicle
one.
versus Ninjago. Oh, that's gonna be good.
Bionicle versus Ninjago. That is crazy.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. My childhood is back.
I know jack about Bionicle, but I know everything about Ninjago. So
Okay, for sure. I'll let you guys know about this one. Oh my gosh,
Let me know about that one.
That is gonna be epic.
Unfortunately, your boy is going to be going into that one with basically no knowledge.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, but overall, okay, so this death battle, well, Mako, I know you were surprised at how that Traveler won.
Genuinely shocked. I mean,
I think it was more because we were thinking they were going to be biased towards Aang. So.
yeah,
I'm glad they weren't.
I thought they were going to be biased towards Aang. I don't agree with the assessment of the power rating, but it's when it comes to experience, that one was a toss up because, like I said, the experience thing. We do not know Ether's full log of experience.
But they did say in that little tab that Traveler, he spent a lot of time in stasis.
He spent around 500 years in stasis that we are aware of. However, that was entirely on Tibet. Traveler has canonically been to other worlds besides Tibet and interacted with the people of those worlds who are, and I quote, long since dead from old age.
And that's fair.
Yeah, but it's 10,000 years.
Like I said, and that's why I'm saying we don't know. So I give them an experience thing, but when it comes to the power rating,
most human recorded history is like 6,000.
Mainly because
beyond that.
Mainly because they were scaling Ether to Archon level, but where he currently is in the story is facing off against characters who scale above Archon level, like around Primordial Dragon level, which is around Primordial Dragon and Moon level, and Moon Sister level, which is way above the Archons.
Yeah, but we'll quickly go back.
I think it was a good death battle.
Yeah, but Mako, quickly go to the power scaling. What was it about that you didn't agree with?
Like I mean, I just said it. The fact that they were like his best feats keep him equal to the Archons, when his best feats keep him equal to characters who scale significantly above the Archons.
Okay.
Just any bias? Nah, I'm joking. That's a joke.
Either way, it doesn't matter because they were basically like, we threw power out of the equation. And I think the other 3 assessments were accurate enough for me to not have a problem with them.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you guys. Animation I thought was beautiful. The voice acting was
You guys are gonna
good.
hate me for this. You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I don't really like Death Battle's 3D animations usually. Just look weird to me. I don't know why.
That's your opinion, and you are arguable.
I like it when they're
and you're just it is what it is.
It's an opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. Oh no, all 3D animation is bad, chat. Don't listen to him.
Everyone has their
visual animation.
I think the choice for music, the soundtrack, was a really good choice.
Yes, here.
But yeah, I aim. Any other comments, thoughts?
No, but I thought it was so funny that I was saying, "Oh, I'd be way more my element if this was Ninjago," and then the
yes. Oh, and again,
Kai versus.
I mean, you could say that was fire.
Okay, brief. Thing is, I don't know Bionicle level, but I know Kai, so.
You can see him in Steve versus the Ninjago ninja.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do not know the peak of what I
Okay, I know a lot of Bionicles since I grew up with that. So, Scoops, you and I.
in Ninjago,
so basically, if you guys want to, if anyone wants to join for that one, Scoops will be the Ninjago person. I'll be the Bionicle person.
And I'll be both because I watch both.
I'll be the moron pointing.
It's been like 20 years since I've seen Bionicle, and last time I watched Ninjago was like during the Snake arc, the Snake People arc.
Oh, you have like 15, 19 seasons of stuff for Ninjago that you have to catch up on. So
I'm not catching up on that show. I don't have time.
So yeah, I'm not like I'm thinking right now. I don't know. Like again, I know absolutely nothing about Bionicles.
I just know that Bionicles are like 20 feet tall in comparison to a Lego minifigure, and I think they should have that be lore accurate.
Well, the thing is, it's kind of a bit complicated when they're not technically supposed to be Lego. They just look like Lego. They are meant to actually have human form.
Nah, they gotta take the toys into account.
We're not taking the toys into account because Bionicles are not that.
To be fair, they have giant robots in Ninjago, so I don't think
they do.
matter.
They have the giant mech suits.
But,
so we have planes,
which doesn't really scream ninja to me, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. But all right, well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Chet, if you're not following Colin, Mako, and Scoops, please give them a follow. They are amazing brothers and sister in Christ. Chet, I do hope that you guys enjoyed our discussion on this death battle. I enjoyed it, and really looking forward to the next one. Was interesting to join in on, and I'll probably appreciate you dropping over.
Nice seeing you, dude.
Death Battle usually does at least one video a month, and so yeah, we usually do Death Battle reactions at least once a month. But yeah, I got nothing else. But guys, remember, you're all awesome. Jesus loves you, and life's a journey worth exploring. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.